There are 3 hidden home risks that most insurers overlook. Risks that can send insurance premiums skyrocketing. Want to know what they are? In my years as an insurance broker, I've seen countless homeowners overpay massively on property insurance because of overlooked construction risks. There are several key factors related to your home's building materials and methods that can make it a nightmare for insurers, driving up premiums by 30 to 50% or more. Many of these factors are things that you have control over as a homeowner through renovations or being selective when purchasing a property. But you may be surprised at some of the seemingly small construction details that can significantly impact your insurance pricing. What's the reason? Well, insurers have a large data set to accurately model risks based on construction type, building materials, and more. Certain materials or methods can make your property up to 3 times riskier in their eyes. So in this video, I'll reveal the 3 biggest property risk factors that send insurance costs through the roof. More importantly, I'll share money-saving tips from my professional experience to mitigate or avoid these risks altogether through smart renovations and property selection. So stick around to the end. The number 1 material you want to avoid is asbestos. While relatively safe if undisturbed, asbestos becomes extremely dangerous when the fibers are exposed and released into the air, causing respiratory issues and even lung cancer. Many older homes built before the 1980s still have asbestos insulation, siding, floor tiles, and more. If detected, insurers will likely to refuse to provide coverage or charge exorbitant premiums to account for the potential claim loss. Removing asbestos is extremely costly and must be done by a certified professional. But asbestos isn't the only hazardous material that can make your home virtually uninsurable. There's another modern building product that has been involved in devastating fires due to its flammable core: aluminium composite cladding. This type of exterior paneling is widely used for its sleek look and low cost. However, the core is often made from polyethylene, which can act as a gasoline in a fire. We've seen the devastating consequences in Australia with the fire like the Lacoste apartment blaze in Melbourne, where non-compliant aluminium composite cladding allowed the fire to race up 13 floors. No insurer wants that liability risk, so they scrutinize properties with this type of cladding and price them accordingly. Now, while dangerous materials are an obvious concern, there's another major structural issue that often gets overlooked by homeowners. One that could be slowly compromising the integrity of your home's foundation without you realizing it. And that's properties built on wooden stumps or foundations. While it has been a common and acceptable building practice decades ago, wooden stumps have a limited lifespan of around 40 to 50 years before they start deteriorating. As the wood rots, cracks, and shifts, it can cause serious structural problems like uneven settling, walls cracking, and doors and windows becoming misaligned. Left unchecked, the damage can potentially make the home unsafe and uninsurable. Yet many homeowners are unaware of this ticking time bomb underneath their properties. Insurers know to look for it though, and they price accordingly higher for homes on wooden stumps to account for the future repair costs they are likely to cover. Of course, the materials and structure are crucial, but there's another key factor completely outside the home itself that could still make it an insurer liability nightmare. Which brings me to the 3rd and last factor on this list. Location is one of the biggest drivers of insurance pricing that often gets overlooked. Where your home is situated can expose you to various elemental risks that make it more likely to suffer damage and file a claim. Properties in high crime areas face increased risks of break-ins, vandalism, and theft, making them more expensive to insure. Homes in natural disaster zones like flood, bushfire regions, or along a fault line also see much higher premiums due to the elevated potential for catastrophic losses. Even factors like proximity to a fire station can impact rates, as homes farther away take longer for fire crews to reach in an emergency. Insurers assess all these location-based risks through detailed geographic data and price policies accordingly. Thankfully though, even after accounting for materials, structure, and location risks, there are still cost-effective steps you can take to drastically improve your home. One of the best ways to make your property more attractive to insurers is through strategic renovations that address their biggest concerns. Something as simple as upgrading old electrical wiring can make a huge difference. Replacing it with new wiring and enclosing it properly in the walls can lead to better rates. The same goes for replacing aging plumbing pipes, especially if you have older terracotta pipes. Leaks and water damage account for the second highest amount after fires. Upgrading new pipes reduces the risk substantially. Other smart renovations include reinforcing structures like roofs to withstand extreme weathers, installing security systems, and replacing wooden stumps with concrete foundations. Small projects like these can pay off in lower premiums year after year. So now you understand the 3 biggest property risks that send your insurance costs skyrocketing, dealing with hazardous materials, structural issues, location hazards, and more. It's a lot for any homeowner to assess and mitigate on their own. If you'd like to talk to a professional, feel free to reach out to the Duo Insurance team. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.